transit.
3-1, the drivers in the bushes, stop. 3 police officers, the triangle of land with the bush to your right. Stop now, officer, hand in the air, stop, back. Come back to the tree, the triangle in front of you.
The M1. 1 million vehicles a week use this road. Most are legit. The rest belong to the Interceptors, who are en route to the motorway to intercept a suspect van.
We've had a reliable sighting of a transit van coming north up the M1. It's got a stolen marker on it, which only went on this morning from the Salford area in Greater Manchester, so we're making our way from Leeds to the motorway network where the M1 and the M62 meet.
Leaving afternoon traffic for dead, Gary McMaster. When he's not chasing bad guys, G-Mac's all about rugby and Monster Munch. Fast cars, hard tackles, big snacks. But he's got a taste for a Ford Transit today.
We're going to have some sighter cars and then some marked units to come up behind, and then we can all converge on it.
Leaving unmarked units to track the van, marked cars plot up at potential escape points.
That's it. Up here with these.
Gary and Emma are stationed off junction 41 in case the target leaves the motorway. And after a quick rendezvous...
Bonjour.
Alright.
Somebody else? Yeah, very well.
They take up position behind fellow Interceptors.
Yeah, we've got 2 units that have faulty walls.
The plan is to box in the van with multiple cars.
Now, lane 4, coming through 41.
It's past the junction, so Gary and co rejoin the M1.
Feedback units, if you are on the exit slope, if you want to move up, please.
Now they're playing catch-up, and it's the team at the next junction
It needs to go right behind it. Get right up behind it.
who'll get first shot at the transit.
Get on side of it. Get on side of it if you can.
They surround the stolen van.
Right, it's going to run there. It's going to run there. Yeah, I think it's right.
But it beats the trap.
Yeah, it's going to go, lads. It's right to Rammers. It's going to go.
The suspect's taking major risks at motorway speeds.
Yeah, just you show me your ground command, please. It's failed to stop. Failed to stop. Speeds are now 70 mile an hour. You've got 13 pack units all around it.
As the transit leads the pursuing pack off the motorway,
Off at 28, please.
one Interceptor is pushed wide onto the hard shoulder.
No. Go through. Yes,
Where the driver's forced to stop in a cloud of dust.
Not one. Approaching red lights.
The transit's trying to lose them on a roundabout.
Not three, towards Leeds.
But a marked unit strikes.
Stop it.
Tactical contact, but it's not enough.
Yeah, it's wrong way up the shoulder, back onto the 62, wrong way, M-Pass, if you could advise, please. Can I have units, please, to 27? Units to 27 here, sir.
The van's heading the wrong way on the M62. Cop cars hang back.
3-1, we are overhead and videoing.
But the air support unit doesn't.
3-1, it's still wrong way on the hard shoulder.
It's on the eastbound carriageway going westbound from the 28 towards 27.
It's going wrong way, it's going this direction.
40, we are at 27. We stayed on the network. We're just approaching 27 now.
Let us stay ahead until we get the entry to Lake, so we're just going to come off, speed us up there, please, if we can.
Praying the van comes off at junction 27, Gary and Emma plan to lay a stinger device to burst its tyres.
2 forward, stop traffic coming up onto entrance from 27.
3-1 approaching 27, stand by.
Fingers crossed.
3-1, it's off at 27. Stand by.
Their prayers are answered, but they're too late to lay the stinger. And there she goes.
Head past 3-1, it's A62 Goldwood Road towards Leeds.
Gary finally has the van in his sights.
From your 4 can confirm we are behind this vehicle, we are car 1. It is still Goldwood Road, general direction of Cottonley Springs.
Didn't have the time to get Stinger out of that junction.
Taking big risks with oncoming cars.
Can I confirm I've got a CPAT monitoring this?
The transit's flying.
40 speed is 80 miles an hour, it's still Goldwood Road. We aren't going to be able to get ahead of the vehicle to be able to get Stinger out in time.
Try and get it to go left when it gets to the force garage on the ring road. I'll get a Stinger site set up somewhere.
Yeah, acknowledged. Want it to go left onto the ring road.
Gary needs to pull alongside and ease the van left towards the waiting Stinger. But facing oncoming traffic at 80 miles per hour, something's got to give.
He's preventing me, He's going head on.
From your 4 confirm we are behind this vehicle, we are car 1.
Interceptors are after 3 men in a stolen van.
Stop it.
It's already made a kamikaze run the wrong way down the M62.
It's one way, go to the 62, one way, if you could advise, please. Can I have units, please, to 27?
It's going wrong way, it's coming this direction.
And now Gary's trying to edge it left into the path of a Stinger team.
He's preventing me, He's going head on.
Gary's pulled out
659
Going right.
because Van Man won't give an inch.
40, we couldn't get to the offside of it, it's taken right.
Onto the ring road, general direction towards the motorway network again.
A black-clad arm at the passenger window.
Deposit it.
Second car.
Drop some.
40, passenger's just deposited something out of its window. It's taken wrong way around the roundabout.
Leaving the package to local units, Gary hammers round the roundabout. Now he's second place in the pursuit.
Robbie will reverse the second car, keep my train. Black package thrown out to the driver's side on edge of the roundabout. Stand it, I've got it. It's not a package in the padlock, it's all this going stuff at vehicles.
Whether they meant to damage cars or confuse the cops, they failed.
It is now Whitehall Road Leeds, out of the city. Whitehall Road, out of the city.
There it is. Got it there. There it is. Just going around bend.
Down where is it?
It's on that bend.
And it's right, stand by. Wolf's Lane.
With an unmarked on his bumper, Van Man leaves the main road.
Marked vehicles, turn right, towards the yellow van. Straight ahead.
Down there.
In the rush to escape, the transit clips the curb and blows 2 tyres.
It's popped its rear here side and its front here side. It's going to be a decamp for short out there, say.
This is the end game. The van's pulling into a pub. Passengers' doors open. Driver's door.
It's a decamp camp in the pub car park, 2 out and running.
In fact, 3 have run in different directions, with interceptors all over them. Emma's with a group chasing the 2 passengers. The cops are closing in as the suspects vault a fence and head for the woods. Leaving them to the long-distance runners,
I had to go back to the van.
Emma heads back in search of the driver.
3-1 driver's down round the rear of the pub. He's gone round the rear of the pub.
He's on his knees in the bush, but he hasn't a prayer.
3-1, the driver's in the bushes. Stop. 3 police officers, the triangle of land with the bush to your right. Stop now. Officer, hand in the air. Stop. Back. Come back to the tree. The triangle in front of you. There's a big bush.
Colder. Warmer. Nicked. Now for the passengers, who've whittled down the pursuing pack to just 1 cop. The bad guys are through the hedge in a flash, but their pursuers hit a snag. Now, with a good head start, the men split up.
3-1, if I can get a unit to Tong Lane at Tong, that's the general direction they're going towards. If one unit can go to Tong Lane at Tong, please.
Extra Alpha 2-2, we're Tong Lane now.
One suspect is deep in the woods, but he can't hide from the thermal imaging camera.
Empress 3, and I've got an officer on a dirt track on foot. Go straight ahead and take your right fork. They'll be ahead of you.
Yep, got you.
He's got an interceptor on his tail.
Officer in the yellow top corner of the field. If you can get through the corner and go straight ahead along that farm track.
And more closing in. He's also running out of puff and heading straight for units at Tong Lane.
One of the males is going to head in that general direction.
Sierra 7-1, we're coming down Tong Lane now.
As the suspect marches into thicker undergrowth and picks through the brambles, there's news on the other passenger.
132, I have got one. 3548, I've got one.
Received. So 2548's got one.
2 down, 1 to go. This is the last crim standing. Meanwhile, at the crash site, the driver nicked in the bushes is loaded into an unmarked car, while the van he drove so dangerously gets a thorough search.
Got a set of 2 sets of number plates. No doubt they'll be used at some point to put on to other vehicles to hide the true identity of the vehicle. Woo! Fair amount of generators within the back.
It's not uncommon for thieves to target construction sites to steal generators, which can be worth thousands.
Can count at least 1, 2, 3, 4. There's about 6 generators in there. No doubt they'll come back stolen.
Not a bad afternoon's work so far.
At the minute, it's well, tops 2-1-0, I think, so far. But we'll see if we can get the third one.
3-1, if there's a unit that can get to Corn Mill House off Mill Lane, it's the farm sort of below where we are near the pylons, they might be able to cut him off.
It's been an epic cross-country pursuit, but coming number 3, your time is up. And interceptors bearing down on him, taser drawn.
He's just being detained now by an officer.
And then there were none.
Right, that's all 3 then, thank you.
That's all 3 in. Looks like a theft of motor vehicle and possibly a robbery. So they won't be going anywhere for a while.
The driver of the stolen van racked up a truckload of charges. He was found guilty of dangerous driving, driving whilst disqualified, and no insurance. He was sent to prison for 16 months. No further action was taken against him with regards to the stolen van or the suspected robbery. Both passengers were released without charge.
And this is why we come to work.
Bring car round! Bring the car round!
When a crime's committed,
Get in the car. Get down!
interceptors react like lightning.
They're running up to Bullroyd. They're running up to Bullroyd.
All over!
But prevention is better than a cure, and that's where the proactive intercept team comes in.
We've been set up to really get a grip of criminals that are using the roads of West Yorkshire as their playground for committing crime. Traffic, they're very similar to us, but they don't have the time to be going out and targeting these offenders that we have, so we're in a quite privileged position.
Armed with high-powered covert cars, PIT officers use key intelligence to stop major villains before they offend.
The tactics we use allows us to build up a picture of criminals, the vehicles they use, and sometimes we've only got a small opportunity. If we know a vehicle's live in the area committing crime, it might only be live for a few days, so we've got to act quickly.
Which they frequently do.
Open the door now! Open the door! Do it now! Open the door now!
It's midday on the M62. And PIT officers Harry and Steph are responding to intel from their most formidable source, the taxman.
We've received some information from our partners at HMRC. There's a vehicle, a VW Transporter in white, that's on the motorway network in possession of a large quantity of cash.
More than £100 billion in crime proceeds are laundered through the UK every year. intercepting dirty money deals a direct blow to organised crime.
Yeah, it's looking like it's criminal property, this cash. So it's important we get it out of the criminal's hands and seize from him, really hit him in the pocket.
Big H comes from a long line of coppers, and by joining the high-speed pit team, he's bagged the best job in the family.
Yeah, we're in roughly the right area now, possibly a little bit ahead of us.
The target, a white VW transporter, is reportedly heading for Manchester, but that's all the information they have.
So we're just working through traffic as we can. Obviously, we don't want to get behind it and spook it.
But as they plot up on the motorway, the van has vanished.
We've not come across it and there's been no sightings. So we just plotted up. The information and intelligence from HMRC is that it will be coming through on the M62 to Manchester. So we've plotted up to see if it comes through, and then we've got the units in place to put a stop in.
This may be their one shot at seizing the cash.
It's very important that we get hold of this quickly before the money disappears. So we need to secure the evidence and the people in the car as quickly as possible.
It's just too risky for us to stop anything on the motorway using our discreet vehicles. So we're looking at following the vehicle till it comes off, coming up to a natural pause point such as, I don't know, red traffic light.
But first, they have to find it.
There, it's through.
Steph, you're cleared for takeoff. Steph spends his spare time blasting clay pigeons from the sky with a shotgun, but he'd rather bring down a van full of cash today.
Lads, it was one up white male driver, I think, by the looks of it.
Harry and Steph are part of a trio of covert cars designed to blend in with traffic and strike fast.
Committed towards 21.
So vehicles come through now. There's one of our units ahead that are directly behind it. Almost. We're just keeping eyes on now, getting our units in place to allow us to put our tactics and get on the front foot a bit.
Ideally, the target van would pull off the motorway. The nearer he gets to Manchester, the more chance they have of losing him.
My intention is not to let this go too far. We don't know the destination of this vehicle.
It might be coming off here.
Happy days.
What's this exit?
Junction 20. Committed off and 20.
Committed on?
Off, I think he said.
He did. The target has left the motorway. Steph follows suit and tucks in behind another pit BMW.
Lads, I still think he's just one in this. There's only one in front. We're going to be alongside it, aren't we? So I'm going to be able to get out.
Two Beamers indistinguishable from everyday traffic.
Let the Golf clear, Fozzie. Let the Golf lights on.
Until they strike.
Turn your phone! Get off the phone! You got it, mate.
Got it.
You got a phone?
Got the phone.
It's on the clutch, mate.
It's on the clutch.
From stealth mode to full arrest in the time it takes to say you're nicked.
Did you put that in flight mode, mate?
Yes, mate.
They don't want anyone alerted to the arrest, so no calls in or out. The phone could contain vital contacts and intelligence.
Keep your foot in car, mate. Right, Paul, in yours, mate. Yeah. Right, take a step out, mate.
Yeah, we're just putting one to it back.
So we managed to get the vehicle stopped nice and safely, no damage, no injuries. Driver's been detained, we've secured the phone. We're going to get everyone off the network now and get it searched properly, get any offences dealt with.
An initial search of the VW turns up nothing. It's looking like the tip-off from the taxman may have been a red herring.
Yeah, that's like a 10.
If they don't find any cash, then the driver will be free to go. But this isn't the team's first rodeo.
A vehicle like this has many voids, so quite creative the way people want to hide things. So anything illicit may be hidden in body panels, they may create false panels or false voids. So at the moment we're just unscrewing some various panels because we think we've identified a void where there may be something hidden, so we're just looking into that area now.
Intel said there was a large sum of criminal cash on board, and after a full half an hour of searching, ka-ching!
So we've located a green bag, and contained within that green bag is various £20 notes. We don't know what sort of quantity, but there's a hell of a lot of money there. So as you can see there, there's lots of bundles of £20 notes, 2 bags full. So looking at that, we're not looking at a few £100s or a few £1,000s, we're looking at tens of thousands of pounds. It may even run into 6 figures, so maybe hundreds of thousands of pounds. We don't know yet until it's counted.
The driver, with a van full of dirty cash, was charged with money laundering and awaits his day in court. The maximum sentence for such a crime is 14 years in prison. As for the money seized by the proactive intercept team, it was forfeited to the Crown, a sum well over £200,000.
A great bit of intel from our partners at HMRC. It's fantastic, so a great result, loads of cash recovered. So yeah, we're all chuffed, and on to the next one.
Still to come.
Quick. No, stay there.
Softly, catchy quaddie.
Stop there!
And a suspect has weed in his fuel tank.
Thought I could smell it.
It's a red agricultural quad, travelling at 50 miles an hour.
When it comes to intimidating sights on the roads, few things beat a masked man on a quad bike.
He's taken a right, and he's off-road.
Their off-road advantage and strict rules on pursuing them has long given quad riders the upper hand. But West Yorkshire has recently levelled the playing field.
Come on!
Clearing trained interceptors to make tactical contact, so, in the battle between cops and quads, that was then.
It's going to be a lost. We've had to abort to get off road again.
This is now. It's a glorious summer day, and Ben and Matt are on patrol in sunny Saltaire.
Just had some intelligence that there's an off-road quad up and down Saltaire Road in the top part of Eldwick, and that is a very affluent area. The gentleman's got a balaclava on.
The gentleman must really feel the cold.
It's not, I know it's sunny, but let's be honest, it's still 22 degrees. You don't really need to be wearing a balaclava. So they're only wearing a balaclava to put fear into people.
Benny Boy's seen more balaclavas than your average ski instructor, and he's not convinced that Quadman got lost on his way to the Alps.
Now, I'm not saying it's anything to do with burglaries, but there's a lot of poaching going on up there and a lot of people sussing houses out, so we're going to make his way up, try and drop on this quad and see what happens.
Whatever they're up to, interceptors have little time for masked riders scaring residents.
They try and use quads because they're a little bit more intimidating. A lot of people, Mr. and Mrs. Miggins, don't know how to take these vehicles. Quick. No, stay there.
He's making off. But it's a less than great escape. Gently, little nudge, and leg it.
Stop there!
Wow, what the? Oh, I'm not resisting. Come on, no. Wow.
Don't you just love it when a plan comes together?
Tactical contact. It work every time. I put it to bed, pushed it out of the way, and I've stopped him. You could see fear on his face and say, we're not mucking about, we're not pursuing you, and I'm going to push you off quad straight away. So, slight little bit of damage up front of the car, but it's worked a treat. I'm happy with that.
What's your name?
Keenan.
Anything on you, Keaton?
What's that?
Anything in your pockets?
No.
Baildon Road in Baildon, we've got one male detained. We're just going to try and find out if this quad's stolen at the moment.
Yeah, I received a put a log on for you.
Hello. You're right. Who's his bike?
I'm it.
Stolen?
I'm it.
No.
Just no docs?
I'm it, stolen mine.
Right, you've got licence?
No.
What's the point in trying to go then?
I don't know what I'd do.
I know. Tactical contact, mate, all day long. We'll just shove you off it. We'll box you in now and push you off it, ram you all day long.
I don't know how to do that.
Yeah, new rules, sunshine. So just think on next time, yeah?
And think on whose bike you've been riding.
So who's your friend that owns this quad? You don't know his name, but he's letting you his quad. Do you want to believe that?
He may have a balaclava, but he won't pull the wool over Matt's eyes.
You believe that? Yeah? So ticket is stolen then?
It's not stolen.
Whose quad is it then? So we can verify it. Because otherwise what'll happen is you're going to get locked up for theft of motor vehicle. Okay. Who? Looking from my perspective. You've seen us. You tried to make off. You're wearing a balaclava. Alright.
I need some details belonging to the quad so they can come here with some documentation. Other than that, you're getting locked up for theft of motor vehicle because you can't find his chassis number on it.
You could use up your phone a friend if you could remember his name.
So who's it? Think fast.
You don't know whose quad it is? Is it stolen?
No, it's stolen.
Where have you got it from?
I'm it.
Who's that?
Right, are you going to tell us who that is? Right.
On CSRU controller.
He doesn't know whose it is. He doesn't know who owns it, so currently it's going to be reported as stolen, so he's going to elect up theft of motor vehicle. So positive result for us. No damage. Well, when I say no damage, I've just looked at front bumpers. There's a slight few marks, but no injuries or all that. So good response. Happy. So it's Romeo 3-2.
The lad with the balaclava and short memory was reported for driving without insurance. With no proof that the quad was stolen, no action was taken in regards to the allegation of theft. But after his gentle brush with the law, hopefully he'll give quads a wide berth in the future.
We're happy, and it just goes to prove that the tactics that we have and what we're taught work and work to a T. If you saw, he didn't have a clue what day it was, and he was out of his depth completely, which is that's what we want to do and what we want to achieve. So just to let you know, we are out there, we are doing it, and it does work. So if you're on a stolen motorbike or a stolen quad, you better be careful.
There's cannabis in there, but I can't get my frigging hand in.
A typical Interceptor boasts many virtues. Diligence.
That's got cannabis in it.
Humility. Even chastity.
Do you kids, man? I definitely would not. If I was off the shift? If I was off the shift, no, I definitely would not.
But when it comes to bagging bad guys...
Yeah, that's where it went last time.
It's all about patience.
We are after a grey Punto that has been... We were looking for it last week. It's been involved in a few make-off without payments. So he's been going to petrol stations, filling up and driving off. So it was a bit of a target, yeah.
It's mid-afternoon and the two Chris's are seeking the one that got away.
So we're sort of tracking it before, and we're just trying to remember the different routes that it went last time.
After 14 years on the force, Chris knows all the tricks, including the fact that drivers often use the same route when trying to lose the cops.
What's that up there, Chris? See it? Great car. Yeah, that's it, innit?
It is indeed, mate.
That's the one.
X-ray Romeo 46. We are behind the vehicle now. Just heading to Castleford. Stand by for street then.
Is your other units coming?
Yeah, I'm coming towards you.
It's fair to say that they won't lose the suspect Punto this time.
Yeah, I see you coming towards me, forget it.
With Chris and Chris leading a 3-car convoy,
We'll put stop in.
all the pieces are in place. And it's checkmate.
Engine off.
Yeah.
Jump out.
I'm doing nothing wrong.
Jump out. Take a seat.
A collar 7 days in the making and well worth the wait.
And it's a stop-stop.
A familiar smell leads Chris to search the Punto, and the Interceptors turn up.
Thought I could smell it.
An interesting discovery behind the fuel cap.
More bag of cannabis just fine.
1 bag of weed.
He's obviously secreted it in the petrol tank, where he's been nicking out fuel, ironically.
To add to the suspect's woes,
It is showing as insured on PNC, but there's it's shown insured to a different vehicle.
it looks like he's uninsured.
It's shown as make and model as a Vauxhall Corsa Club CDTI, and this is not a Vauxhall Corsa.
He claims his brother sorted the policy.
So I'll just have to ring my brother now to send email right now to you, then to ease.
Chris patiently helps check with the insurance company.
Right, and then would they have all been sent via email? I'd imagine.
You can send them in via email. If you want to put them on, I can give them a list of everything that we need.
Yeah.
If you send them in via email, we'll be able to make the change as soon as we receive them.
Lovely. I'll pass you on to him in case he's got any questions.
Hello? Hello?
It's not insured. That's what they've said.
Yep.
They even get the suspect's brother on the phone.
That certificate makes no difference because I've just spoke to the underwriters. It is not on cover. I'll tell you what then, I'll just report your brother for no insurance and I'll seize car.
Well, that's fine. You take the car. You take the car. Give him up.
Chris gets no thanks for trying to help. And while one brother rants on the phone, the other follows suit in the car.
I don't want that. I don't want to come and listen to me, maybe, yeah. I don't want my car. I'm some company got that, yeah. Yeah, I see. Call hurry up and give me. Put me phone out my car, hurry up, man. I'm tired for this money. You two want me.
So you do not have to say anything, but it may have a defence if you do not mention when questioned. I'll tell you what then. Section 5A. Let's try this.
Motormouth has also earned himself a drug wipe.
Right, my colleague found some cannabis in your car because it smelled of cannabis. That's why he searched it, all right? So because of that, I require you to provide me a sample of saliva at the roadside for testing. And stick your tongue out and lean forward. Stick your tongue right out.
Just to let you know, the cannabis is found outside the vehicle in the petrol cap, officer. It's a trade vehicle, mate, yeah? So we'll see where you go with, mate.
I never said I was arresting you for cannabis.
You've just done a breathalyzer on me.
I've just swabbed you because you smell of...
Me. I don't smell no cannabis,
me.
mate.
Yes, you
You
do.
found cannabis
I
outside.
suspect you're driving. It doesn't matter if it's in a petrol cap. It's all
ginger bastard, aren't you?
Oh, wow. Aren't you an
ginger
absolute
bastard.
delight?
You ugly little tramp.
Oh, my
Ginger
gosh.
nuts. You don't got money like us, man. Now we do. Trust me, you're bad of bonkers. We make serious
here
money,
we
man.
go. Here
Get
we
me?
go. Here
You
we
ain't got.
go.
Listen, suck on me, really. Do something useful.
Wow.
Silly little bastard.
It's like dealing with a child.
What's shaggy mother again? Inbred bastard. You, yeah, hurry up, yeah? Piss takers, man. Take me down shop, you son of a bitch. I don't pay. I've done 6 years in jail, I'll do it again. No bother to me, you daft.
Don't bother me, I'm still going to get paid at the end of the day.
I get paid as well, man. I'm getting paid right now still. It doesn't bother me, mate. I've got more money than you and what?
I'm not particularly bothered how much you earn.
I've got an RS6, I've got an RS7, will you take them off me?
And you're driving a Fiat Punto?
Yeah, office blender in it, you daft.
Yeah, of course you are.
Yeah.
Chris is a low-temperature copper with the patience of a saint.
This is a drugs wipe. It tests for cannabis and cocaine. At the bottom there is only one line and there's nothing on the test line, so that means you've tested negative for cocaine.
Bingo! Bingo! Ginger nuts. Hurry up, man. I got time for... Get me out of this car, I want to go home.
He ain't finished yet.
I don't care, mate. I want to go
on the top line, you've
care,
tested positive for cannabis. So at this stage, you are under arrest on suspicion of driving your motor vehicle whilst over the prescribed limit.
That's cuffs.
Okay, so you do not have to say anything, but it may harm your defence if you do not mention now.
I'm going to get you fast.
Do not have to say anything, it may harm your defence. Do not mention when questioned something later on in court. Anything you do say may be given evidence. Your arrest is necessary, but you need to take it to the police station for a blood sample.
Where are your cigs?
In the front. I'm
not too tight?
Yeah, I'm going to be alright anyway because I had it for 2 days. I know for a fact it's going to be under anyway on that.
No, that's fine. That's entirely up to you, mate.
Alright, Ginger knows, don't worry about it.
I'm not worried. I'm not in a rush.
Buzzing me, trust me.
You're under arrest at the moment.
If you can keep your head while all around are losing theirs, you'll be an interceptor, my son. No further action was taken regarding the cannabis in the petrol flap, or the alleged making off without payment. After failing a blood test, the driver was charged with drug driving and no insurance, but he failed to attend court and is now a wanted man. He'll turn up. All the interceptors need is patience. Still to come.
What are you getting out good?
When Claire gets accosted at the drive-through.
What do you mean?
From here.
Yeah.
You ordered.
Fish fillet meal.
It's a potential hostage situation.
Let's not do that. I did worry for a short amount of time that I might have been kidnapped.
Since the end of tax discs in 2014, the number of untaxed road users in the UK has almost trebled. But police have been given new powers to seize these vehicles, and it's proving popular with the interceptors.
I think the new power the DVLA have given us.
Seizure powers.
Yeah, it's absolutely fantastic.
Bob on, innit? Bob on. West Yorkshire Police have seized hundreds and hundreds.
I wouldn't like to say, mate.
The first 6 months?
Yeah, I wouldn't like to say how
hundreds of
many.
cars that are not taxed. Take them off road.
It's a wet night in the city centre, and Claire and Bobo are tailing a performance Golf that's showing us no tax or insurance.
It's there.
It's a Golf. I think that'll go. Is it stopping? It's not going to stop. Oh.
They think the driver's making off as he ignores blue lights and weaves through a car park.
He's trying to get out, isn't he? Yeah. Romeo 30. Yeah, he's gone to the thing.
It's a drive-through.
But it seems this guy was just in a rush to get to the front of the queue.
Yeah, just stand by.
The Golf is hidden in drive-through traffic.
How am I going to get him out of there now? He's going, he's going, he's going.
The only place he's going is the order window.
I don't know what he's doing. I can't decide. Right, let me try again. You alright? Yeah. We thought you were trying to get away then.
No.
Is it your car?
Yeah.
Alright.
I just purchased it today.
Alright, okay. Yeah. It's not showing no insurance and stuff.
The drive-through line isn't the easiest place to interview a suspect.
Sorry about that.
Have you just ordered food?
Yeah. Not right.
But Claire's got bigger fish to fry than his food order.
It's showing no insurance, that's why we're come to speak.
Along with no MOT, it's also showing as not being insured. This is the point when Claire would normally invite him into her car for a chat.
Sit in the car if you like, just for a minute, honestly.
But this guy's obviously never seen police interceptors, so Claire accepts his invitation.
Where'd you buy it from?
I just bought it from Leeds.
Untaxed since February.
So what if I get taxed now? I don't know that you will.
Right, so have you not taxed it?
I don't know that you will.
Right. Go through here, because you can get your food.
This could be a very expensive burger.
I just bought the car now, obviously I don't want it taken off me.
Right.
It's possible for me to get taxed on it quickly.
No.
It'll take me a minute.
No, because Once they're untaxed, no.
It's going to cost me about £150 to get a compound. I just purchased the car.
Yeah, I see what you're saying. But what you need, it's your responsibility, isn't it, to have it taxed, insured, MOT'd, all that.
You know what? I'll just come here now just to buy food then.
A quick update back to Bobo.
We're just going through the drive-through. He's bought it today, this car. He's just getting his insurance documents up.
He ain't got his tax up, has he? Because that expired in February.
I know, I've just showed him that. I've got it on my phone here. He's not taxed it.
It turns out he does have insurance, but not having an MOT means one thing.
In March this year, the DVLA gave us some new powers, and if we stop a car that's out of tax by 2 months and a day, then we seize the car. It doesn't cost you £150, it costs you £100 within 24 hours, and you get it taxed.
Still low, it's like...
I know, but do you know what I mean?
Obviously, I wanted to drive the car today. It's Saturday as well, and Sunday I don't like the compound.
Yeah. No, it will be. They're open 24 hours a day.
Just like the drive-through.
How are you alright?
500.
The man is facing a hefty fine, but you can't fault his manners.
Doing anything?
No, thank you. No, I'm good, thank you.
Are you sure?
Yeah, no, I'm sure.
Are you sure? You're respectful. Flop.
What are you getting out? Good.
Although there's no accounting for taste.
Yeah.
You ordered?
Fish fillet meal.
I always end up in these strange situations. Every time.
Yeah, you can hear that.
Every time. Let's not do that.
And it seems he needs to brush up on his driving skills.
You are doing it. Oh, sorry.
Just park up here because I need to check this door. I don't even know your driver's licence details or anything like that. Just park up here. There you go. There's a nice little space where you can show me your reversing skills.
No pressure.
Oh, guess what?
What has happened?
I just saw the thing as well.
It's like the weirdest buddy movie ever.
Right, just turn your engine off and come and have a sit in back of our car. Bring your food with you if you want. There you go. Jump in there. I've let him bring his food with him.
Bobo, meet Claire's new partner. He's a bit of a maverick, but at least he likes to share.
No,
thank
you're right,
you.
Chief. Just eating.
Come on, you stressed me out, man.
You stressed me out. I thought we were going to have a pursuit through McDonald's drive-through.
And Claire and Bobo have a bigger takeaway in mind, one with no road tax.
Do you need anything out of the car?
Go grab what you need.
You got the key?
Yeah, we got the key, yeah.
Can you just unlock the car for me?
Yeah, I've
it's
unlocked
unlocked
it.
It's a lift home for the lad and another untaxed car to add to the statistics.
I did worry for a short amount of time that I might have been kidnapped.
Yeah.
We started revving it and all that, oh my god, I'm going to be kidnapped. What am I going to do? Am I going to code zero or something? What would I do in that situation?
Well, you didn't need to because I were here. I were just going to stuff him into the fence, yeah.
I'd have been like, Bobo's kidnapped. Get me out.
Kitchen now saying he's going to stab police.
Crime is on the rise.
Armed with an axe and a machete.
Trying to break into 2 separate houses.
But cometh the hour.
More units.
Cometh the Interceptors.
Get on the floor! Out and running.
We're riding with West Yorkshire's elite. Alongside their pursuit drivers.
Contact, standby.
On target with their firearms unit.
Keep your horse free, just hit them!
In the air with their eye in the sky.
Off and running.
This is the front line in the fight against crime.
Get on the floor! Get on the ground!
This is Police Interceptors.
It's just another day in paradise.
Coming up.
It's gone into the Texco fuel station.
On the tail of a curb-jumping runaway.
It's going to be an abandon there. It's gone off-road.
A stinging stop for a speeding Audi. And...
Car 3 now behind you.
Stand by.
A T-Pack masterclass.
Come take a back by car.
Nice.
heading towards White.
What vehicle is it?
Connect.
Oh, Transit Connect?
Yeah.
Think it's stolen, though?
It's cloned.
Ah, okay.
It's lunchtime, and Interceptors Nick Priestley and Bob Hoyle are hoping to sink their teeth into a transit van travelling on false plates.
It's a battered old white Transit. It's got a big dent in the offside rear door.
We've had a report of a Transit Connect van in the sort of Wyke area. It's believed to be on a clone plate, so possibly a stolen vehicle. So we're just going to try and head off general direction where it may head towards.
Veteran interceptor Bob has just celebrated his silver jubilee as a police officer. He stops a fair few dodgy motors over those 25 years, but there's always room for one more. And there it is.
X-Ray Romeo 17, we've got that vehicle now, it's Skulls Lane over.
Nick tries to block the van in, but the driver gives him the slip and it's away.
Yeah, we're going to interrupt, so film and stop, back towards, away from Skulls, over. X-Ray Romeo 17 urgent.
The van does a U-E in front of Nick, who spins on a sixpence and gets back behind it.
Yeah, we've got that Wyke Transit van, failing to stop, back towards Wyke on Skulls Lane. Speed is 50 miles per hour, double crew, T-back train, requesting authority, over.
With the streets busy with cars and pedestrians, safety's got to be their #1 priority. And as the van's no match for the Police 3 Series in terms of speed, its driver's going to have to take some risks to shift Nick and Bob.
That's received. It's now still Skulls High Street, going through the back roads, still 40, safe to continue, over.
They've got two options: box the van in using multiple cars or get units ahead to throw a stinger on the road to take out its tyres. Both call for reinforcements, and every available vehicle is racing to intercept.
120, we're just coming Westfield Lane towards the traffic light control junction by Westfield Pub. Standby, speed is 50, safe to continue, over.
The van's run a red, right in front of an oncoming truck.
Yeah, it's a left at the traffic lights. Standby. It's gone into the Texaco fuel station. Possibly back out onto Westfield Lane towards Wyke, over.
The fastest fuel stop outside Formula 1 failed to throw them off. The Stinger team lay in wait just ahead. He's dodged it, and Nick only just pulls out in time. The van driver then mounts the curb to try and get the jump on his police escort.
It's a left off Westfield Lane on towards Wyke Lane, towards Wyke Estate, over. Speed 40, safe to continue, over. Standby, it's a right towards the town gate at Wyke.
He hangs a left into an alley. Just missing a pedestrian and a woman on a mobility scooter, and pulls into an estate.
Yeah, it's going to be an abandoned, it's gone off-road, towards Wyke Lane, 3 out, on running, over.
The driver and 2 passengers, all in tracksuits and trainers, have bailed, while the van was still moving.
That way.
And they've legged it in different directions.
Yeah, on to, I believe it's the Griffin Road area, estate, over. One male in Wooded Top. I've lost him at the moment.
The runners have disappeared into the estate, which is full of alleyways and hideaways.
It's abandoned over that area, 3 have run from it, and we're just looking for them now. They've gone to ground somewhere around here, pretty wick. But yeah, we'll obviously go back to the van in a minute and find out what's crack with it. They've got to be around here somewhere.
A thorough search draws a blank, so Bob and Nick return to the van to see if it reveals why they were so keen to escape.
No stolen. As you can see, they're just out scrapping. These empty drums, a bit of radiator, a lot of crap. We've got original number plate on front seat, which comes back to the shadow number. So it's just a pull van, which will get crushed. So one off at road.
Nick suspects it's a pool van, an old uninsured banger shared by petty criminals to do their business in, and reckons today's business was nicking fuel.
There were 3 lads in it. They'll be 15, 16-year-old lads. They've got drums in back, there might be odd makeup from petrol stations. They've got, what, 2, 3 drums of diesel, they're 25 litre drums. You know, how much petrol nowadays for diesel? 130 odd, 140 a litre, they sell that for 80 pence a litre. You know, people buy it off them for that. So it's easy money for them. You know, there's very little risk for them.
There was a lot of risk, however, for the Interceptors, and people on the pavements and on the roads.
They've come round that corner, not knowing that old lady's there in that mobility scooter. That's dangerous. So luckily, we've not hurt anybody, and we've got van back, and that'll do for me.
The van was recovered to the police pound and sold at an auction. The 3 runners are still outstanding. Coming up,
We've got a left, back towards Westgate again.
an uninsured driver does the Wakefield Grand Prix.
Seems to be doing circuits.
Adie's in the money.
Got a load of cash here, big load of cash.
And Nick's all shook up.
Who's Elvis?
It's Tuesday afternoon and Interceptors AD Fickling and Sophie Hawkswell are part of a team hunting down a suspect who's linked to a string of offences, including sexual assault.
There's a male who's wanted for a serious offence, and we know he gets cited at a particular time on a particular road every day.
They've been tipped off to the suspect's route, and multiple units are moving into position to make sure he doesn't slip through the net.
We've all been allocated a plot to go park up, so we're just making ground there to get as quick as he can.
Away from the job, Sergeant Sophie is a champion kickboxer, and just like in the ring, she knows that a quick strike on this job is the best way to get a KO.
Anything serious, as serious as this, we want to get them straight away. The sooner we get them locked up, the better evidence we'll be able to get in relation to the offence. It's a case of getting to him before he knows that we're looking for him, really. So it probably will be a preemptive sort of surprise.
Not quite as nice as getting out of bed Christmas Day to a lot of presents, but it is going to be a surprise to him, isn't it?
Adie's an advanced driver and motorcycle fanatic with 20 years on the force, and his vast experience tells him the suspect will have a few motoring charges on his list of offences.
So I don't even know if this car's insured or registered to somebody, and if so, where, and if it's him. They haven't said.
The dynamic duo's soon in position and primed for action.
We're going to have it, aren't we?
We're just on Cow Lane, so if it cuts through back towards Warnfield, we'll just wear that.
And not long after, they get the call.
Yankee Delta Yankee. So just hit the camera now. We're 4 vehicles behind it now.
It's go, go, go.
4-4, we'll be coming up behind you shortly. We're in an unmarked car.
So let us know when we've got 3 cars together. We're looking at a 3-car preemptive on this to get an opportunity to try and catch by surprise.
The plan is to carry out a TPAC, or Tactical Pursuit and Containment, where 3 police cars box in a suspect vehicle.
Continuing towards Whelan Road, we're just coming up behind you now.
And Adie gets his toe down to catch up.
4-4, we are car 3 behind you. It's
Stand by, vehicle approaching junction now with A638. It's a right.
Car 3 now behind you.
They're in position. Now they just need to find a safe place to strike.
Stand by.
It's time to TPAC. He's boxed in tighter than a game of Tetris. A seamless stop, best summed up in one word.
Nice.
That's the one.
Tap.
Now the cops need to get off the main road and onto a quieter spot to grill the driver.
Job done.
That's how you do a box.
Always.
The stop couldn't have gone better, but now there's a problem.
Apparently, no ID at all.
No ID.
Some other name.
Is he saying it in him?
Yeah, so if that's the case, then we'll take
Have we got a picture?
It's nothing like it. It's an old immigration picture.
Right, okay.
The suspect saying he isn't the man wanted for the assault.
We have a very old picture. It's not good enough for us to be able to say whether it is or whether it isn't. So without any confirmation, he's saying he's got no identification on him at all, which is obviously going to raise our suspicions. So we're just going to look in the car to see if there's any idea that can confirm, you know, whether he is or isn't who we think he is. Until we can confirm 100%, we won't be letting him go.
The team soon finds something in the car.
Got a load of cash here. Big load of cash. There's some documentation there in his glove box.
Oh, lovely. That's in the name of our wanted person, isn't it?
They've also come across some paperwork in the wanted man's name.
It's definitely him.
And as he'd suspected, the car isn't insured.
That's getting seized anyway.
Is it? All right, yeah.
It's no doc. His application for a driving licence is there.
4-4, we're at Shell Garage on Donny Road. Can we arrange recovery for it, please? No insurance. He's got a massive wad of cash on him. I don't know how much is there. So he's got no licence or insurance anyway. So if it's not the guy we're after, he's going to be walking home anyway because we're taking his car. But he's got enough money to get a taxi, hasn't he?
It's been a very successful stop, but not quite successful enough for Sergeant Sophie, who unusually for her was a bit slow out of the blocks and didn't get to make the arrest, much to the amusement of her team.
Surprised I beat you out of the car.
Yeah. I'll tell you the truth, I got stuck in my seatbelt.
I didn't take a bite off. I said to Jar Jar, I went, I've got to beat Sophie.
Despite his denials, the man arrested was the wanted suspect they were after, who was later found guilty of sexual assault and sentenced to 8 months in prison. He was also given 8 points and a £180 fine for driving without a licence and insurance. West Yorkshire's patch contains some of the busiest motorways in the UK. And it's rare that a day goes by without the Interceptors having to deal with a situation on these fast-moving and often dangerous roads.
So we have the M62, the M1, the M621, and I would imagine part of the A1. Quite a lot of motorway network we cover, quite a vast area. They're getting busy from 5-6 in the morning right through until night time, and we're getting calls to the motorway quite a lot, to be fair, from range of incidents, from collisions to debris to potential suicide, people wanting to jump off the bridges and things like that. So it is a very, very busy network that we cover.
It's rush hour, and Nick Priestley is en route to an incident on the M62, which sounds serious.
We've got a lady who's had an accident, but she's in between the slips, which is the exit and the entry slip, and this car's going either side of her, so she don't want to get out. That's where we're going to head, if we can get through. It's not ideal for us, we're in the plain car, but we've still got to go. We'll give it a go, see what happens.
23-year veteran Nick is an advanced driver, and he'll need all his skills to thread a way through to the stranded motorist. Battling through a clogged-up motorway in rush hour is hard enough if everyone knows you're in a police car, but as he's in an unmarked car, it's even harder.
Where's this bump at 27, mate?
Apparently it's on the entry slip.
By the time he gets to the junction, his colleagues are already dealing with the situation. So Nick heads off at the next slip road, where he spots a BMW doing the same. Except the BMW's reversed across 3 lanes and back up the hard shoulder. Nick goes to have a word.
As we've come off of the motorway. We've seen this gentleman here reversing back up the hard shoulder to come off because it's obviously some sort of incident going on. So we're going to stop this chap and have some words of advice and have to get my pen out.
One potentially dangerous manoeuvre's apparently enough for this fella who doesn't try to make off.
How are you?
Hello.
Come take a seat with me.
What?
I want to speak to you.
Go down.
Yep. Just jumping back. Have you got your driving licence with you?
I lost the way because I put the GPS and I know. I go 50.
Just all I want to know is you got your driving licence with you?
It's in my home later.
At home? Okay, take a seat there for me, please.
Where?
In the back of the car.
The man says he doesn't have his driving licence with him.
Right, what's your name, mate?
It's Kalin.
Can you just spell that for me?
C-A-L-E.
C-R-A?
No, C.
The driver claims he's lost. Apparently his sat-nav sent him off the motorway, but he left it too late.
You know, I'm busy because I want to go to work 6 o'clock. And
Okay.
I don't have time. I want to go.
Well, the problem is that I am at work, okay? And this is my job, to make sure that people are safe. You haven't been. So I need to speak to you. I need to deal with you.
Yes.
Okay. And how long have you had that car?
I have almost 4 days, 5 days.
You've had it 4 days?
Yeah, 5 days.
The driver's told Nick he's called Carlin, but the car's insured to someone with a far more famous name.
Who's Elvis?
He's the king of rock and roll.
Elvis.
Elvis is...
I know who Elvis is, but your friend Elvis?
Yes.
Who's he?
He's one guy who I am by the car.
Okay, so where's your insurance?
I buy and I put insurance in my name.
So that car belongs to Elvis?
Yeah, but I put the insurance in my name.
Okay, you haven't done it though?
The friend of Elvis is actually from Romania, not Graceland, and Nick's suspicious mind's working overtime.
76, could I have 2 persons, please? A58 at Chain Bar, and I'm going to need descriptive details, please, for both. We've got 2 names we need to check out.
And what's happening now?
Well, I need to know who you are.
Ah, okay.
As he's got no ID and apparently no insurance, the man driving the car insured to Elvis may soon be singing Jailhouse Rock. Nick's no longer lonesome tonight, as he's joined by fellow Interceptor Claire Gray.
No identity on you at all? No.
You can go get his phone for me.
Yeah.
See if his phone's in car. And just see if he's got his wallet, see what's in his wallet.
Okay.
So I've not done out like that yet.
Car.
Where's your wallet?
It's in car in the car. Maybe it's check there. I don't...
Hello, sorry, are you wife? Have you got his wallet, passport? Oh!
No speak English.
Would you believe? Kept it down a brow, where everybody keeps their wallet. It's a little bit warm because it's been down your wife's
Sometimes
brow.
I put it there.
Has it really?
Everybody keeps a wallet.
I forget it.
And the warm wallet contains the necessary licence, despite the man saying earlier he'd left it at home.
This says Colin.
So when I asked you where your driving licence was, you said it was at home.
Yeah, I think it's home, but maybe I put it in the car here or there. I forget.
The driving licence proves who the man is. It also proves that the man isn't insured to drive the Beamer.
I give you that back. I'm going to give you some paperwork, okay, for no insurance. Okay.
How I pay? I don't want to lose my car.
Unfortunately, though, he is going to lose his car and will have to get his family home a different way.
Okay, so your car's getting taken tonight because you don't have any insurance. You can't prove any insurance to me. Okay, so I suspect that it may not be insured.
And he's finally dropped that he won't be driving home, and it's fair to say he's not a fan of the UK's highway code.
I go to court.
Go to court, yeah.
Why?
Because you can't reverse on the motorway, you can't go backwards on the motorway, it's one way only.
Yeah, but I read the paper in Romania. It's 50 meters. It's possible to go back.
Where?
In Romania.
You're not in Romania?
I read in paper.
So you read a Romanian paper that you can reverse 50 metres on motorway?
Yeah.
All right. The thing is, if I go to Romania, I have to live by Romanian rules.
Nick's no expert on Romanian roads policing, unlike the chap he's just nicked. He reckons the cops there are a bit softer on dodgy drivers like him, with the right inducements.
Romania, it doesn't matter you have the insurance for another people. The police don't take your car. The police in Romania is nice. You give 10 euro, you take your car back.
But as he's just found out, the cops in West Yorkshire don't work like this, and he and his family will be getting a taxi home.
They were walking away there, and it's like, you know, I feel a bit bad, and people think, well, I'm Ash. You know, I'm the bad guy here. But what do? You know, I'm stuck between rock and a hard place. We can all do so much, and I can't let him drive off.
The friend of Elvis got a traffic offence report for no insurance. No further action was taken against him for reversing down the motorway. He later produced insurance, registered the car in his name, and got it back. Thank you very much.
We've got a guy that's reversing on motorway. Let's get him off at motorway. Let's get him off at roads. We don't want people like that on our roads, as simple as that. Now, whether he's used to driving like that in Romania, fine. We don't do it here. He has got a licence, so he must know some laws and regulations, and I think even in Romania, you don't reverse on motorway.
Still to come.
To a red line, 1, 2 red lines, straight on.
A pursuit of a high-speed Audi.
Speed is 83 miles an hour, steps continue.
Has a sting in its tail.
That's one of the stinger prongs. Managed to sting it as it's come past.
And a dopey driver.
You shouldn't be driving a car if you're smoking cannabis.
Gives Ben a big surprise.
I'm shocked there. I think you are as well, aren't you, a little bit?
There are many different ways to stop a dodgy motor.
Switch it off! Turn it off! Switch it off!
The trusty T-Pack. The eye in the sky guiding cars in from on high.
3:1, it's still the A643 Victoria Road. You've got 6 units behind the vehicle.
But the safest way to bring a pursuit to an end is by using a stinger.
Don't get stung!
A bed of nails thrown onto the road to puncture tyres and bring a car to a safe stop.
That's the hollow spikes there, and they're all normally covered up with these little silver tubes that when it goes through the tyre, they drop down, and the hollow spike goes through the tyre and lets all the air out the tyre, and then you've got the cord there that helps us pull it back so that the following cars can continue their pursuit. Perfect. And then as it goes over, cop cars go past and catch baddies.
Yeah, I've got a vehicle fell in Stoke Cal Lane, down in TT. Yeah, it's uninsured, this vehicle.
It's the wee small hours of the morning.
X-ray Delta 68, can you show me on that fail to stop at Shelton, please?
Duncan Matthews has been called to help catch an Audi TT.
Speed is 83 miles an hour, steps continue, traffic is light.
I think it's coming down towards us.
Dog handler Duncan's patrolled these roads for nearly 20 years, and he's got a pretty good idea of where the pursuit's heading.
Doncaster Road towards Wakefield, speed is 74, steps continue.
Doncaster Road, should be coming down in front.
65 is coming into Wakefield.
The Audi is imminent, and there she blows, with a traffic car in hot pursuit. Duncan's a handy driver, but the Mondeo dog van is a bit of a beast, so he'll bring up the rear with police dog Tia, in case the driver ditches and makes a run for it.
69 on England Road, requesting feedback to Dorothy Blaze, vehicle travelling 70 miles an hour. Stones roundabout, stand by.
The Audi, which has a top speed of 150 miles per hour, is heading into the centre of Wakefield.
40 miles an hour, no pedestrians involvement.
Even though it's quiet at this time of the morning, no one wants a pursuit in a city centre.
They've gone straight down towards Wood Street. They're with me.
The suspect motor runs a red light. It's slowed down, but showing no signs of stopping.
Yes, the speed has reduced around these roads. Currently 40.
All available units are heading into Wakefield, tightening the screw on the fleeing Audi.
So I'm on route and I get in front of it to get to Stinger side to keep updated, please. And yeah, continuing on back towards Westgate. 5-7, we'll try and get down bottom end of town, see if we can get Stinger down there.
The runaway driver seems happy to do laps of the city centre, and he's speeding up again.
Through a red line, we've got a left, back towards Westgate again. Seems to be doing circuits, so somebody want to hang back with a Stinger.
The safest way to stop a speeding car is with a Stinger. The problem is predicting which road it's going to take, but as the Audi's doing circuits around the town centre, it's just a matter of waiting for the next lap.
Through a red line, 1, 2 red lines, straight on towards Abdale Road.
As predicted, he takes another tour of the town, and at the next roundabout, the team has a little surprise.
Then 6 lines further, please. Yes, Stinger's deployed, stand by, we're coming up to roundabout, I'm not sure if we got him or not.
I think it's
going on to Asdale Road, slowing down. 30, I think we've got a flat.
Stingers are designed to let tyres down gradually so the car doesn't veer out of control. This pursuit's coming to a slow and inevitable conclusion.
Your indication, and out.
The Stinger's done its job and the driver surrendered without a struggle. Tia won't be needed tonight.
Is it your vehicle?
Given the arrest, mate, for dangerous driving, failed to stop the police. And no documentation from what you're saying. You understand? Yeah. Alright.
It's been a textbook stop, safe and successful, with the driver locked up and no one injured.
That's one of the Stinger prongs. Dale around the corner has managed to sting it as it's come past, so that's had the controlled deflation of the tyre. Divisional units dropped on this vehicle. It's failed to stop for them. It's been doing loops around the city centre, and as it's come back out the city centre, they've had an officer further on ahead with a Stinger, put the Stinger down. He wasn't going anywhere, he knew that, so straight away he's pulled over, put his hands out the window and given up.
We just do a breath test and a drug swipe, if that's all right.
Yeah, no worries. Yeah, no worries.
They're still not sure why the driver, who's just 18 years old and driving his mum's car, decided to get himself involved in such a lengthy and potentially dangerous pursuit.
At the moment, the only thing we can see is he's got no driving licence. And no driving licence, no insurance. They're breathalyzing him. We're going to wait to see whether that comes back positive or not, but it would appear that he's driven like that and driven like an idiot just because he had no licence. Had he pulled over and stopped when requested to, it would have been a quick bit of paperwork at the side of the road, his vehicle would have been recovered and he'd been on his way. Probably 15, 20 minutes work. But he's caused himself a whole world of grief now.
The driver was later convicted of dangerous driving and driving with no licence or insurance. He was sentenced to 8 months in prison, suspended for 18 months. And was banned from driving for 2 years.
It's a good result in the end. You know, we've got him. He's in the cells. I mean, it was textbook really. Everything's gone to plan there. No damage to vehicles, no injuries to anybody. So yeah, we're really happy with that one.
We're on Hillway now.
Very nice area.
Like smacking.
Very posh.
It's late and Ben are in classy Baildon, so there goes the neighbourhood. This pair of rough diamonds are responding to a recent sighting of a suspicious driver.
Car's parked up. It just being seen about somebody local in the area, but they're just doing something suspicious, walking up and down, covering the face.
They've been told what the car looks like and where it's parked, and it's still there when they arrive.
Wind your window down. Oh yeah. Come and take a seat in my car. Turn your engine off. Is it your car? Insured to you? Yeah. Come and take a seat. What have you been up to?
On the way home.
Just where have you been?
Later. Why?
So I'm asking.
Just in Munster.
Alright. Take a seat in there. Good man, thank you.
Hey pal. You alright?
There's nothing wrong with parking up in the posh end of town, but something doesn't smell right.
It smells of weed. Have you got a drug bag?
Yeah, just the top of my bag.
So Baby Ben goes to get a drug wipe kit while Benny Boy fills the man in on why they've stopped him.
We've had a report you've been acting suspiciously.
Acting suspiciously isn't illegal, but drug driving is, and Ben's nose says this guy's recently been in close proximity to some weed. Baby Ben's favourite band are American dance duo The Chainsmokers, and he's nicked dozens of dope-smoking drivers since drug wipes were first introduced 4 years ago.
I can smell cannabis. Have you smoked some today? Or is it just in the car?
I'm just rolling.
You were just rolling one. I'm going to ask you to provide a sample of saliva, but I need to know if you've had some, if you're over the prescribed limit. All right, mate. Open your mouth for me, if you do not mind. Don't bite down, Nick, 'cause it is plastic and it will cause you issues if you bite down on it. All right? And we'll do it on the side.
Like drink driving, there's a level of cannabis you're allowed in your body before being over the limit for driving. This is to prevent people who are accidentally exposed to it from being prosecuted.
Okay. You shouldn't be driving a car if you're smoking cannabis. Yeah, no, listen, it's like drink drive rule. It's that simple. You can't smoke and then drive. It's in your system for a long period of time.
Whether or not he's over the limit, he has committed one offence: possession of cannabis.
Have you got any cannabis in the car, pal?
No, it's in the pocket.
How much have you got on you?
Just a spliff.
Is that all you've got? Have you just come up for a smoke?
Yeah.
Because you give us some drugs, I'm just going to search your car. Okay, under section 23 Misuse of Drugs Act.
Martial artist and Bruce Lee fan Benny Boy's heard a fair few porcupines in his nearly 2 decades on the job. So even though the driver claims the car is cannabis-free, Ben decides to give it the once-over and bingo, 1 pot of pot.
There's just a bit more cannabis that we've taken from vehicle. But that one comes up as medical cannabis. And to be honest, I've never seen it in the medical cannabis tub before. And just a little bit in there.
While Baby Ben waits for the result of the drug wipe, he decides to give the driver some words of wisdom.
Don't use cannabis and drive. Just like this issue. Listen, we don't live in Canada. We don't live in Canada.
Yeah, but why have they legalised?
We don't live in Canada. We live here. You can drink. That's legal. But you still can't. But you still, what? Smoking and driving? It's a silly law, is it? So drinking that's legal and then driving.
That's silly.
That's silly as well, isn't it? Right. So what do you think is right then? Why do you think it's right? Does it not? Are you sure?
Apparently, he's a medical marvel who doesn't get drowsy after psychoactive drugs. But in this case, that's not an issue because the drug wipe has come back negative.
It's under.
It's under.
It's
fair to say that's a bit of a shocker.
I was sure that we're going to come back positive, but the test line, which would say whether he's under the influence or not, is clearly not there on this drugs test, which I'm surprised with because I've had people who've used cannabis in the morning, it's come back positive in the afternoon or in the evening, and he's clearly not really with it. So what we'll do is now we'll deal with him for the possession of cannabis. We'll take that from him. But yeah, I'm gobsmacked, absolutely gobsmacked.
Even though he's not guilty of drug driving, he's given a warning for possession of cannabis. Hopefully this will be enough for him not to be caught in a similar situation in the future. He's a very lucky lad, and Ben gives him some words of advice.
I'm shocked there. I think you are as well, aren't you, a little bit, be honest. You lucky man, you. Just have a think about what we've said. I know it probably won't change how you feel about it, but...
Still a nightmare.
It is, mate, yeah, absolutely. Alright, pal. See you later. Bye.
See ya.
Having passed the wipe, he's free to go. But it's a long drive to the promised land of Canada.
He's been drug tested by Ben just because he's produced some cannabis, but I think we've just caught him at right time for him not to have any, or not to show up on system. People think cannabis should be, whether it should be decriminalised and legalised and so on and so forth, but I know certain people in countries are doing it, but at the moment it's still illegal. It's still illegal to drive, and our main concern is that if people are driving impaired, they're likely to cause an injury to members of the public, and our job is to keep the roads safe. So, irrespective of what we think about cannabis, it's still there, it's still in law, and people will still be stopped and dealt with accordingly.
Coming up.
And it looks like both near side tyres are flat.
Honesty is the best policy.
You alright, sir?
Yes, I've had a drink.
You've had a drink? Come and join me.
Because the breathalyzer never lies.
Deep breath. Form a seal around that end of the tube and then blow steadily for me. Keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going. There we go. That's it.
If the Interceptors had £1 for every time they did this...
Take a deep breath, place your lips around the mouthpiece and just blow into it until I say stop, okay?
Big deep breath in and blow until I say stop.
Blow into it until I tell you to stop. Keep going, keep going, keep going. Thank you.
They'd be retired and sitting on a beach somewhere.
Come with us.
Last year, over 1,600 people were killed or seriously injured due to drink driving.
I'll be honest with you, you're all over the road.
And as the people who often have to deal with the aftermath, the Interceptors understandably have strong feelings on the subject.
It's disgusting, really, that people think it's all right in this day and age to drink and drive. You're driving about in a car, you're in a 1.5 ton killing machine, essentially. If you can't control it properly, you might as well be walking around the streets with a gun. It's just selfish. If they end up getting banned and they need the licence to work or whatever, then tough, you know. It's a simple choice to make.
Interceptors like Steve Oliver have learned to spot drink drivers by tiny telltale signs, like crawling along an empty road with the hazard lights on.
Chap is, comes to my attention, he's driving along, as you can see, with hazard warning lights on, and it looks like both near side tyres are flat. And I think he's failing to stop.
Steve adds his blues to the 1 AM light show with no effect, but a 100 decibel wake-up call does the job, and the Duke of Hazard pulls up.
My mistake.
Cricket fan Steve's been a copper for the best part of 2 decades, and experience has taught him that driving like this, at this time of the morning, means the driver's probably on a sticky wicket.
You alright, sir?
Yes, I've had a drink.
You've had a drink? Come and join me. Just come and pop into the back of the car, mate. Oh, that side for us.
The driver doesn't know if he's coming or going. Odds are, he's had more than the one drink he's owned up to.
How much you had?
Thankfully, Steve doesn't have to guess if about 4 means that matey boy's over the limit. He has a machine to do that.
Been breathalyzed before at all, sir?
Yeah.
So, deep breath. Form a seal around that end of the tube and then blow steadily for me.
You sit forward for me, I'll hold it.
Deep breath and blow. Keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going. There we go. That's it.
Steve was expecting a high reading, but this one's off the charts.
Okay, given a positive result. Legal limit's 35. showing at the moment as 116. All right, mate. So you're currently under arrest on suspicion of drink driving. Okay, so you don't have to say anything, but it may harm your defence if you don't mention when questioned something you later rely on in court. Anything you do say may be given in evidence. We'll get you taken down to Trafalgar House at Bradford. Stick you on the evidential breath test machine down there as a result of that one that tells us what's going to happen next. All right, mate.
The driver's more than 3 times the legal limit. Oh, he's more worried about his car.
Turn them off, what?
What's that, mate?
My light. Turn them off.
Yeah, I'm going to do it for you. We don't want your battery draining while you're there. Pop your keys, Bill. They're just there on your lap.
Sorry, mate.
Cheers, mate.
On the off chance car thieves want a knackered Zafira with 2 flat tyres, Steve's going to make sure it's secure before heading back to the nick.
Gentlemen, came to our attention, hazard warning lights on driving along. Both near side tyres are out. We spoke to him as soon as he got out of the car. He said, I've had a drink. He's provided a roadside breath sample, which has given a limit over 3 times the legal limit. So he's currently under arrest on suspicion of drink driving. We'll take him down to the police station. We'll put him on the evidential breath test machine and see what results comes from there on that one. But it goes to show with drink drivers give themselves away in the manner of driving. It might as well have a big Kenny Everett finger pointing down to it saying, I'm here. It was standing out all day long.
Back at the station, the drink driver has what they call a moment of clarity.
You do.
You're all right. Nobody's dead.
He blew 114 on the intoxilizer in the station, more than 3 times the legal limit. He was later convicted of driving over the prescribed limit of alcohol and was given a community order with 80 hours unpaid work. Ordered to pay an £85 victim surcharge and £85 costs, and was disqualified from driving for 2 years.
Drink drivers they're a danger on the road. This gentleman stood out. He'd clearly had a collision with something, whether it was a curb, whether he's run over something. Both near side tyres were flat. The vehicle shouldn't have been on the road and being driven in that state anyway. He did seem remorseful. However, as I find, people are often remorseful when they've been caught. Had he not been caught, I would imagine that he would be drink driving all the time. So I always take that with a huge amount of salt rather than just a pinch of salt. And this gentleman has drunk an exceptional amount. He's given a very high reading. He will have known that he was well above the limit before he set off. But it simply goes to show that people will drink and drive without a second thought for anybody else on the road.
Hello, xin chào các bạn. Trong video ngày hôm nay mình sẽ hướng dẫn các bạn tô màu bức tranh một cô gái mặc một chiếc áo 2 dây này, mái tóc rất là dài. Còn bắt đầu là tô của mình nhé. với một mái tóc màu cam này, với chiếc áo 2 dây màu xanh, góc nghiêng rất là xinh đẹp đúng không các bạn? Các bạn hãy cho mình biết ý kiến của các bạn về bức tranh này nha. Video của mình xin được kết thúc ở đây. Các bạn cũng đừng quên nhấn like và đăng ký kênh ủng hộ mình nữa nhé. Bye bye, xin chào và hẹn gặp lại các bạn.